Hey guys, so for our lesson today, we are looking at 4.7 area and perimeter, and we are going to be doing the Ed puzzle. Then you have a practice set, page 41, that you will be doing finding the perimeter of these shapes. Next, you will have your math boxes, and then I want you to continue practicing perimeter by going to IXL DD3 and scoring at least 80%. So our goal for today is I can distinguish between area and perimeter when measuring a polygon. So for this lesson, you need your math journal and a pencil. You might need your whiteboard and marker to write down a few things. So make sure you have those things right now. All right, in your head, I want you to see if you can figure out the missing numbers. 4 plus 4 plus blank equals 10. You should have answered 1 for both of those spots. 4 plus 4 is 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Next, 7 plus blank plus 7 plus blank equals 20. So what will go in there? You should have put 3 in both of these places. 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. So 10 plus 10 is 20. And the last one, 6 plus 6 plus blank equals 18. What will go in those blanks should be the same number. You should have put 3. 6 plus 6 is 12. 3 plus 3 is 6. 12 plus 6 is 18. Now, you might be wondering why I picked those problems. And it is because numbers like these are going to be what we use to find the perimeter of our shapes. So if you had a rectangle that had a length of 4, but you didn't know the width, this would be the number sentence that you would write to find the length of those two sides that are missing. So if I know that all the way around my perimeter, remember perimeter is the distance around a shape, is 10, and I know that 2 of the sides are already going to be 8, so I'm left with 8 minus 10 is 2. So then I have to be able to put 2, split the 2 left over between my 2 sides. So I couldn't put 2 and 0 over here because they wouldn't be equal. They're opposite sides, so they have to be equal. So we have to split the 2 but equally. So each side will get 1. Same thing with 7. If I know my perimeter of this rectangle is 20, but I already know that 2 sides, when I add them together, equal 14. What I'm left with is 6. Now, again, I could put like 2 and 4 up here because 2 plus 4 is 6. But what we know about rectangles when we find the perimeter is that the opposite sides have to be the same. So I can't have a 4 and a 2. I have to think about how can I split 6 equally, and that leaves me with 3. All right, the last one. I know the perimeter, the distance around this shape is 18. If I know 6 and 6, that's 12. So I have to figure out how much is going to be left. 18 minus 12 is 6. Again, I have to split 6 equally. So I'm going to be putting 3 on each side. The perimeter of this shape is 3 plus 6 plus 3 plus 6. We are going to continue using that to help us to find the area and perimeter. We are going to be watching this video on Brain Pop, and you are going to be paying close attention to what area is. Area is similar to perimeter, but it is different.
Maybe we should paint this wall. Well, first, we should figure out the area of the wall. Is area? Area is the measurement of the space inside of a shape. You can calculate the area to figure out how big a room is, or how much carpet you need to cover a floor. You can calculate area to find out how much wallpaper you need, or how much tile you need to cover a wall. In our case, we can calculate the area of the wall to figure out how much paint we need. What are square units? You can find the area of a shape by dividing it into equal squares and counting them. These squares are called square units. The shape is 3 squares wide and 3 squares tall. There are 9 square units inside the shape. So the area of this shape is equal to 9 square units. Right, Moby, we can describe an area in square units. This rectangle is 10 squares wide and 5 squares tall. It has an area of 50 square units. What is the area of this shape? It's a little tricky because there are 2 half squares here. First, count the whole squares. There are 10 square units. There are also 2 half square units. 2 half square units make 1 whole square unit. So this shape has an area of 11 square units. How do you calculate area? What is the area of our class garden? I know that our garden is 6 feet long and 4 feet wide. We can divide the garden into 1-foot squares. There are 24 of these 1-foot squares, so our garden's area is 24 square feet. Instead of counting all the squares, you can multiply the length and width to find the area. 6 feet times 4 feet is equal to 24 square feet. Let's see. This wall is 4 meters by 2 meters. Multiply to find the area. 4 meters times 2 meters is equal to 8 square meters. Since we know the area of our wall, we can figure out how much paint we need. I think we've got enough paint, Moby.
All right, so we're going to use what we just learned about area to look at some shapes and find the area of those shapes. So one of the things that I always like to remember is area is the distance or the amount of space inside a shape. So when I'm thinking about area, I am thinking about how much is inside. So what I always think about is here's my square. Area is this space on the inside. Remember, we know that perimeter goes around the outside, but area is the inside. So we're going to be looking at finding the area of these shapes, and we're going to be finding the perimeter as well. So I'm going to try to use my black pen for perimeter and or my red pen for perimeter and my black pen for area. So this is in your book on page 117. You need to go in your book to page 117. And we're going to work at finding the perimeter first. So I need my red pen, and I'm going to count around the shape. So I like to start in the top left, so where my red dot is, and I'm going to count each of my squares from one spot to the next to the end of the square. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So my perimeter is 18 feet. That is how far it took me to go around that rectangle. So it is 18 feet. Now, for area, I want to know how many square feet are in that shape. So remember, when I'm looking at this, I am tiling that rectangle with squares. That's why we call it square feet. And I want to see how many square feet are in this rectangle. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. This rectangle has an area of 14 square feet. All right, here's what I want you to do. In your book, I want you to find the perimeter of number 2. Remember, perimeter is the distance around a shape. So you're counting how many spaces are around the outside. Don't count the squares. You are counting the sides of each of these. You should have said that the perimeter is 20 meters long. So we are going to put in 20, and then we're going to double check that to make sure. So I've got, starting in that top right left corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So again, I got 20. If I wanted to check this, I could count how long my sides are. 6, 4, 6, 4. My number sentence would be 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. And that does equal 20 because 6 plus 4 is 10. And then another 10 is 20. All right, I want you to count and see how many square meters are in this shape. So what is the area of this shape? You should have said 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The area of this rectangle is 24 square meters. All right, look at number 3, and you are going to find the perimeter of this rectangle. You should have said the area, or the perimeter, sorry. The perimeter of this shape is 22 miles. So each of these spaces is 1 mile. So across the top of each box is 1 mile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. The perimeter is 22 miles. So now, what is the area of this shape? You should have said the area of this rectangle is 24 square miles. We can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The area of that rectangle is 24 square miles. All right, looking at the bottom of the page, we're going to try this one. It's a little bit trickier because of how it is set up. It's not a quadrilateral. It is a little bit of a different shape. So I want you to go ahead and try to find the perimeter of this shape. You should have found out that the perimeter is 18 centimeters. So when I look at this one, it's a little bit trickier. Again, I'm going to start in this top left corner, and I'm going to count around my shape. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I have to go to each of these sides of this shape, like the steps. I'd have to go up those steps. So the perimeter is 18. All right, now I want you to figure out the area. Area is always a little bit easier, but what is the area of this shape? You should have said that the area of this shape is 15 square centimeters. I can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the area is 15 square centimeters. All right, number 5 says, Nicholas says you can measure both the perimeter and area of a rectangle using a square. Do you agree or disagree? Explain using words or drawings. So first, I want you to tell me, do you agree or disagree? I agree with Nicholas. I do believe that you can find the area and the perimeter of a rectangle using squares, because when we measure our area, we measure in square units. So when we measure area, we measure in square units. So if I know that my square that I have is 1 square inch or 1 square foot, then I would be able to put in each of these squares, and I would say, well, that's 1. I'd be able to go along the whole thing and tell you that each of these is 1 square foot. So each of these are 1. I'd be able to tell you how many feet are around for the perimeter. So this would be 5. This side would be 2. The bottom would be 5, and the left would be 2. So I could add those together. 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2. That equals 14. And then to find the area, I'm just going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My area would be 10 square feet. I think that's what I was saying, feet. This would be 14 feet. So yes, you can find the area of a rectangle and the perimeter of a rectangle using a square. All right, so remember, your goals for today are to complete the practice page where you are finding the perimeter. You are going to do your math boxes, and then you're going to do IXL DD3. And I will see you in your math groups.